Hello and welcome to Farming Simulator 22 here on Riverview, and we have kind of splashed the cash out and we bought those 4 grass fields up there. We've also bought the land for them, or not the land but the soil information. That only leaves 4 grass fields, that one, that one, that one and that one, and then all the rest are arable. I don't think we'll need any more grass fields for a while though, because we have like 6 functional grass fields and then we've got 3 animal pastures. But we don't do anything with the animal pastures. I did try to get this one up a little bit. I went in there and just dropped the mower at the bit front and it actually ended up lowering the score. And I was like, yep, won't do that, because it was a 94. So, that didn't work. I've also looked into straw requirements for the animals, and originally I'd had it at 780,000 litres, which was fine for 2,000 cows. But these barns have been reduced to 1,000. And the robot feeders hold 2,000, meaning that the robot feeders they are different. Other than just being able to automatically feed your cows, they also house more cows. We don't have robot feeders, so we can only have 1,000. And 1,000 is a lot, even 500 cows is a lot, but 1,000 is more than enough. Or 1,000 in each of them anyway. We've got beef cows in field 12, and field 11 is our dairy farm, or dairy pasture barn, that one. Nothing changed on the map. Now, we have already harvested those 2 fields over there. So we have filled one of our cow barns. That really got me quite far up here, didn't it? Not. This cow barn has 390,000 litres in of straw. When it flicks back over, I think that's at 390 then. That cow barn's full of straw, and we could fill it up more with TMR, but we're not going to just yet. The chickens, funny cows, hi cows, 2-legged cows, they're doing fine. And then we've started putting straw. Thank you, autosave. We've started putting straw into our second cow barn, so we can start producing manure. Something I wasn't going to do until winter, but there's a reason. We have 135,000 litres of straw in there so far. There's a reason. Our farm production building, those of you who do not know about it, who've missed the previous episodes for whatever reason, that glorious building over there. And if we go up to the screen, you will see, because I've now put a new screen in, that doesn't tell you much. It just, you know what can go in there and what can potentially come out of there. That particular building can now, other than liquid fertilizer, solid herbicide, seeds, lime, snow into water, we can now turn our manure mixed with water into slurry and get a bit of straw back in return. So and if we decide to make herbicide, we can get a bit of straw back as well. And if we make solid fertilizer, we get a little bit of straw back as well. So, you know, there's benefits, especially with the manure. If we don't want to spread solid manure, we could put it in here and start making slurry from it. And manure to slurry, you know, we get an extra 8 units of slurry per cycle, or per hour even. You know, so it kind of, and the water's free if you get it from a lake. Then, because some people wanted it, it's the hay dryer, fermenting silo from hay, grass and chaff. And I wasn't going to do this, but people were like, well, we just, you know, there's mods out there, so you may as well just have it as a function within your farm production building, and then it's 2 less mods that people need to have to play the map. They can just drop that building and it can do all of that. So I could see it from their point of view, and but yeah, you can do that, and because you can do that, you can also get the hay out, the silage out. You can't get the chaff out. Once the chaff's in there, that's it, it's done, it's in there. But, yeah, I could have made it so it would auto chaff as well, but no. And we still do bales, and we do store our straw over there. And we've got some hay bales down at the sheep pasture as well. So just because that can do all of that doesn't necessarily mean I will do that. Anyway, depends on how lazy I feel. I've got him ready for when I'm done over in this field. But turn the motor on does help. So why is that suddenly really loud? Has somebody been on my computer messing? Audio. That's the volume, vehicle volume. Turn that down. Save it anyway, just in case. I didn't change the volume on this at all. Maybe it was always like that and I just never noticed. I don't know. Well, the aim is to fill up the other cow barn with straw, and then we'll see how much wheat the chickens will need for the whole year, as to whether or not we'll put into the into flour production. So far we're not doing anything with the flour other than selling it, because we don't own the bakery. We do have a little bit of money left. We could technically buy the bakery, but we're not going to. Because we'd also need the sugar mill. We need to be cutting or planting and harvesting sugar beets and then cutting them. So that we can get yeast from the sugar mill. One guy did say that maybe you could have it where you could put water, raisins and flour and produce yeast from that. There is a possibility. All base game stuff. I don't have a building that's dedicated to making yeast. Hence why I had it as a byproduct. And I could add it to the farm production building, but I think that's got quite a few productions already included in there now. I mean, for what it is, it's got a lot going on. And I do mean a lot. This is a really good yield. Done well with this crop. I think this is a better yield than over there, actually. Makes you wonder if that bigger field would be better suited to something else being in there for a yield boost. I'll have to see what the soil type is over there, potentially, and maybe a different type of crop would be more suited to that field. Or that soil type in there. Let's go and offload into here. When we can actually, you know, line up with the trailer. I did manage to clean my pedals out as well, finally. That was, I need to get compressed air so I can really get into there, but the main thing is I managed to clean out most of it. I think what I will do is give it one more pass. Give myself a bit more turning room at the top and bottom and then start going up and down. Or maybe hire the AI to go up and down. And then I can go and start doing... Then the AI won't self-unload, will it? I'd have to use Courseplay for that. We'll see. And this isn't that big of a field. What I do want to do is, though, is join these two fields together. And because I'm getting to that stage now where these will probably become my wheat fields over here always, and then look into what other fields I want for other types of crop. I've also contemplated on taking that hedge line out at the top of this field. At least up to the sheds anyway. But again, what I've considered doing and what I've actually done are two different things. You know, I haven't jumped the gun and gone, yeah, I'll go and do that, and then regretted doing it afterwards. Hence the reason why I haven't took them hedges out yet. But because of the changes I've made with the farm production building, I've recalled all of my maps on Giants Mod Hub and updated them to include that new or the changes to the farm production building. That way, you know, that's done. So it most likely won't be for another couple of weeks now before we hear anything back from Giants on the maps. In which I'm not too rushed, you know, I'm not in any rush to get any of the updates out. Part of me is thinking I should hold off until after November before I get the updates out. And it is a plausible thing to do because Giants, obviously new map will be coming out in November. See if we can get this a bit more over there. And we can straighten this up a bit more. Down this way. And how I'm going with the tinkering all the time, there's a very good chance that it could be November-ish before the map would finally be, or the maps would be, updates would be released. You don't know. Wow, we're almost full again. Definitely a better yield than across the on that bigger field. Definitely. Let's get you out. Let's go and get you over there. And if you're wondering why aren't I using cosplay, because after I've got all of these fields turned around, there'll be a down period for me. There won't be anything to do. So it's easier for me to do this work now and then do it all myself. Occasionally I do use cosplay maybe to go and mow or to Ted or even rake occasionally, but for the most part I'm doing the work myself. I have used cosplay to do the field work in the past, and come winter I'm like, I wish I'd done that part myself now, because now I've got nothing to do. But and I know in the winter I'd still have nothing to do, but the point being I'd rush to get into the winter, and I'm now sat there going, yeah, what can I do? That's the reason why I ended up killing a load of trees and putting all of them wood chips into the BGA, because that was a lot of work. I killed a lot of trees on the new grass fields so that they're more open, a bit more playroom up there. And I'm going to have a few trees down here to kill. Four trees there to kill. And then these fields can be joined together. the reason those pines haven't gone yet is because I'm saving them for when I own the sawmill. Until I own that, I'm not cutting down them trees. The odd ones here and there, they've been amongst other trees, fair enough. They've gone. But not them ones. Same as on by the BGA. I need to kill every tree. And I'm only killing trees as and where I need them to go. I'm not actually getting rid of every single tree on the map. That isn't the plan. But I picked up, not sure if anyone's watched it, Let's School. I put a video out the other day. I'm just having a look at it, seeing what it was like. It's not too bad, but I don't know why I keep looking at Farm Manager 21 at the moment, going, should I buy that? And then, the reviews, people say, no, when you get a big farm, it crashes. And it's like, is that down to computer related, that your computer's just not up to par with, the requirements at that point? Or is that regardless of how good your computer is, it's crashing and it's a game issue? But then there's a new Farm Manager coming out soon. And it's like, do I wait? Do I buy that one? What do I do? And then the final question is will I play it? The amount of games I've bought on Steam and I haven't played is ridiculous. At least you, Monkey Show member, he buys a game, he plays it. Well, if he buys the game, I should say, he plays it, and then he completes it, and then when he's done that, the game is either uninstalled or put on the back burner for him to play again at some other point. But yeah, he doesn't, he isn't wasting his money. Like me. So, as you now know, the cow barns will hold 390,000 litres of straw, 1,350,000 litres of TMR, because their beef cows will get 900 litres of TMR per month when their barn is at max capacity. And for 2,000 cows, there is, for 1,000 it's half of that, which is 350,000 litres per month, or 450,000 litres per month even. So you have enough room to feed your cows for up to 3 game days, or 3 game months even, before you have to worry about feeding them. It doesn't mean you have to feed them up to the 3 game months. You could feed them daily if you wanted, or you could feed them enough to last just over, the 2 game days, and then just keep topping them up. every so often. But with the smaller capacity compared to what it was, it does mean that you have to be a bit more wary of how much produce you've got for them. You don't want to be selling all of your produce and then going, oh, my cows need feeding and I haven't got anything for them, and now I'll have to go and buy bales in and make TMR. And the downside to that is I have to do that for the next 6 months, 7 months before I can start getting the stuff in for them. If you're playing with seasons active, there is. Actually, we'll go that way, I think. Luckily, we will have enough fuel to do this field. And then we'll be on to refuel this, put it away, and or maybe even buy another field. I'm not sure. Still contemplating on where I want to go with that. I'm also contemplating on, should I get honey down? Should I get bees going? Because I haven't got any bees at the moment. And I should have been taking the dog for a walk rather than doing this. But I've decided for now at least I'd rather do this one just as a free or a private stream and then release it as a video as opposed to anything else. And if I could restream it, I would do that on a Wednesday, but I haven't looked into how to restream. And I don't know if you can restream a private stream again. I think it has to be, you have to upload it as an actual video and then you can restream after. I'm not sure. If you can, then that's what will happen. I will end up doing these as private streams and then I will restream them. And let you guys see them, or I will upload them as videos and have them go live on certain times of the day, of the week or month, even every Wednesday, obviously. This isn't a bad yielding crop either, or yielding field even. So let's open that, put that away. Grab our truck and bring that down. We haven't got much room left in here. I do have a mod in now that will tell you what the yearly usage is for animals. or the amount of livestock that you've got given in each barn, and so I will have to see what it says for chickens while this is filling up. Let's say chickens, animals. That's saying we'll use just over 1 million per year. This one 120,000 per year. And then we have 51,000 in storage. And so we'll have to drop this in storage. Okay, well, I'll be fine. I'm going to put this in storage now, actually. And then it does mean that we're not producing enough wheat, most likely, to keep the grain mill running and feeding our chickens for the whole year, which means that we'd need more wheat fields. Good times. So, the good news is we've got well, not good news because it's not. We'd have to buy a field and then harvest it and plant it in wheat. Because our other fields have got soybean in there on, haven't they? So I don't think we've got any fields over there ready to go. No, but we could buy that one and then plant wheat on there. And that one is 242,000. Should we do that? But over here. Not really. We got that one that we could buy. That one's 313,000. Guess we'll be buying that one. Yeah. We will end up buying them 3 anyway. Eventually. Them 2 even. We already own that one. But as you can see, we have 107,000 wheat in there. Part of me is grateful for the autosave, but the other part keeps going. Shall I just remove it? Because it gets rather annoying when you're doing something and every 15 minutes it starts saving. Let's park this here, I think. Jump over to our combine again. All the kids have come down. Lovely. Come down for a drink by the sounds of it. The straw won't be an issue this year. Or shouldn't be an issue this year. He says. Because 390,000 actually straw will be an issue this year. Never mind. We will be buying straw in at some point. And because I'm waiting on the beef cows to get to 1,000. That's the idea. Sell off the small numbers and then let the big the bigger numbers get to 1,000 and then sell off 500 and have 500 reproduced, and then when they're close to reproducing, sell off another 500. So there's always room for 500 cows to be brought in. That's the idea. And the dairy cows, they will just always be there. So they will consume 390,000 litres of straw per month. Actually, they won't, because the dairy cows consume a little less. It's the beef cows consume more straw than the dairy cows per month. I think the dairy cows consume 95,000 litres per month, and the beef cows consume 120,000 litres per month. Something like that. 130,000 litres even per month. I think. Something like that. And again, talking about with full capacity. And the beef cows theoretically won't always be at full capacity. So we might be okay. I think we should be okay this year on straw. We do need to start making sure that we've got more straw producing crops being done now, because we're definitely going to need the straw. I know I've got some in storage, so I'm not too worried about that in the hayloft. And then off these two fields will easily fill our cow barn, the last cow barn, and then we can throw the rest into storage, into the or as much as we can into the other, into the hay loft. And I don't know how much that can hold, but we'll find out. Because it's a modded one, so it might hold more than it could, because that one allows you to put bales in as well. Or not put bales in, but drop the bales in, and it breaks the bales down into loose straw, which the base game one doesn't allow you to do, which is kind of weird, not going to lie. And if we need to, I mean, we can always throw more loose straw into the farm production building and have it as a storage building. We've got quite a bit of straw in there anyway. So it's not like we're going to be actually struggling for straw too much. It's the TMR that we're going to really start needing more straw for when it comes to that. I didn't put the pipe out. What the hell? And I'm sure we've got quite a bit of milk in there that we can take if we need to. Yeah, we've got 66,000 milk in there. And how much? do we have down at the dairy? Well, you can be deactivated. But we have 165,000 litres of pasteurised milk sitting there. So we can do that if we need to. When is the best time to sell? In fact, it should tell us in here, shouldn't it? March. We can get a potential 257,000. Well, that'll be next month, next year now. Depends on how desperate we get over the winter or before March for money. We will see. We shall see. I guess we could put some greenhouses down. Get strawberries being produced, have them dropped into the dairy. So we can look into making yogurts, maybe. And then when or if the time's right, we can sell the yogurts. This one doesn't seem, and the yield is good, but it doesn't seem like it's as good of a yield as it was up there. So we'll make them all into I'll make this into one big wheat field and go from there. Oh, another change that's happened on this map, I will show at the end. We're going to get this field harvested for definite before we end it, and then in the next episode we'll be clearing these fields of straw and putting it into the cows, and then we'll start working all of the fields. So plenty of episodes to come where we're working these fields and getting them all ready to go again. I've got it on 2 days per month, so that's why we're not running on like 5 times or anything. I'm just playing it casually and just having fun. I'm not interested in racing to get everything done. I just want to play the game, have fun. And as I said in the last episode, I'm kind of, at the moment, I'm enjoying single player more than I am multiplayer. And that's sad really, because, you know, we have the dedicated server and it's a nice map that's on there, but I just keep finding myself launching single player. Every time I load Farm Sim up, I'm into Riverview and just playing Riverview. And feel bad for the other guys who are on there. As long as they're having fun, I guess. It doesn't matter, but it's still. I mean, with the update that came out for the map, and they might want to go on to the Pro mod version or the Pro version. They did say about it. I don't know if that's something they're still wanting to do. I believe the Pro version isn't console compatible, I think. I'd have to watch Mr. Silly P's video and see if he has access to that version of the map when he comes to reviewing it. Because if he doesn't, it's an interesting way of having a console version and a PC version tied into one map, rather than having two different versions of the map on ModUp. Oh, didn't realise I'd caught the button. So yeah, if you want to see the changes to the map, nothing drastic. Like there's a couple of changes to Maypole and Glenleithan, for that matter. Glenleithan's a bit more noticeable with its changes. Maypole, on the main yard, they're a little bit of a difference. Nothing big, again. Same with this one. One slight change on the main yard, and the rest is starting equipment. Something that was pointed out to me with every one of my maps. So I decided to change it up. How did I catch the button again? I didn't even have my hand by the... Right. I'll have to pay attention next time I do, when I swing it around at the top here, and see if I am catching that button. And just not realising it. Well, might be a late walk to the garage. Almost out of cigarettes. Not good. Right. No, I didn't catch you. Or maybe I caught spacebar because I've got my hand resting on the keyboard for the B button because I don't have it bound. Well, I don't know the binding on the wheel for the pipe, or for lifting the header, turning the header off. And maybe I, without realising it, added pressure to the spacebar, which obviously changes direction. It is a possibility. I'm talking about cleaning out my pedals. Somebody turned around and he went, "No, I done that. I changed it then." Because I was going to back up and swing it round, but realised there wasn't enough room to do that without driving into the crop, even though I've got crop destruction off now. Yeah, anyway, somebody who's got a wheel said, "Well, I put a black bag over my pedals, so dirt and everything can't get into the pedals, and I can work my pedals and not have to worry." And I'm like, okay. And why would I want to do that? Other than I don't have to clean them out. And for him, it was because, unfortunately for him, he when he cleaned his pedals out, he ended up damaging the wires inside the pedals, and he ended up having to buy a new set of pedals. So rather than risk damaging them again, he decided to cover the pedals, so it was less likely for dirt and everything to go inside. And I'm like, don't you rip the bag or anything when you're using the pedals? Apparently he's done something where the bag is secure, and then he's put some kind of mold over the bag, so he's got a non-slip section, the grip, so you can use the pedals. Interesting concept, but if you watch this, thank you for the tip, but sorry, I won't be doing that. No offense, but definitely not something I would do. I'm going to keep all this in for the chickens, and then I know I've definitely covered with the chickens for the whole year. The canola field that will get harvested will become a wheat field, but that won't be harvested in this episode. I will get all of the straw off this field, off these two fields, in the next episode, or as much off in the next episode even. And then maybe I should change that key binding, because that is really annoying whenever you press it, and then it's in cab, out cab, in cab, out cab every time you press it. It's like, will you just want to come out, or I want to go in the cab, one or the other. I don't want to be switching between them constantly. So this truck can stay up here for now. So I've got no use for it just yet. You can fold up. That down, unhook from that. And take this down to the canola field. Yeah, there'll be enough fuel. That is not what I want to do. That way. And then this is down there ready, or close to there, at least, because I will park it in the grass verge just ahead and not down there by the actual field. Park this just here. I'll keep that up attached even. I didn't drop it good. Right, let's save this. And then we'll go and have a look at the changes. Quit. I do get one lure error, and it's since I added some auto loading pallet trailers. Don't know which one's causing it though, but you'll see it right there. So I will have to buy each one of the new auto loading pallet trailers I've added and see which one throws the error, and then remove said mod. Anyway, so starting equipment, you now have the smaller of the JCBs. They're all dirty. All the equipment's dirty, purposely made dirty. You now have the Massey Ferguson square baler. All of that's the same. You now have the Pottinger mowers, butterfly mowers. You also get the big tedder and a rake, and then over here you now have the bigger seeder. That one you can't put fertilizer in, just an FYI. Nothing has changed around there. Oh, actually, in this other set of sheds, you now have square baler auto stacker. Like I said, it hasn't really changed a lot. You now have the big Voltra Q instead of the small one in the JD colours. Building that was there is gone, and now you have the Farm Productions building. Gotta love coffin pits. But yep, that's all that's changed on here. Anyway, hopefully you enjoyed that and like what's coming in the update, especially those who are starting a new game and would rather have had this equipment as opposed to the other. If you want to make silage bales, well, not silage bales, but silage, you've got that as an option. Or you can make silage in the clam, or you can lease in a wrapper or buy a wrapper and then do square silage bales. That's up to you. But there isn't one on sale for me, but there could be for you. But yeah, no weights anymore because you've got bigger equipment, and that's 175 horsepower, 305, 235 and 205. So you've got equipment that will definitely last you a while. And there is one more change actually, which is to do with number plates. They don't have the dark blue background on them anymore. They have the same colour background. And not all of the vehicles are using Cavalier anymore. I've decided to start taking that number plate off and putting different number plates on. Not because it's something that Giants wanted, because Giants did say about it, but you know, as I said to them, I'm not self-promoting and I'm not advertising. I'm the author of the map. It says Cavalier. If I wanted to self-promote or advertise, I think I'd have a sign somewhere saying Cavalier Roy, and then links to all my social media accounts. I haven't done that. So, yeah. And this self-promotion crap that Giants go on about, I'm sorry, but I can put one of your fake, supposedly fake NPC names into Google and I will get social media accounts for them. How do you prove it's fake when you get a social media account? And, you know, and I got pulled for having people that helped test the map or the map as NPCs. I'm sorry, but it's just dumb. If I was advertising Greg's, McDonald's, places like that, fair enough. But these people had given their permission for them names to be used, for their name to be put as an NPC, and you asked for the permission, for the proof of that. I gave it you, and you said maybe later on we could do that, but right now, no. That really annoyed me. And some of those people have been pushing your game for such a long time. How many copies of their game, how many fans of the genre have they brought into your fold? And for them then to be scrutinized and by, you know, you saying take their names off, it's advertising. You should be promoting those people because they've helped you. That's called a business. That's called, you know, self-preservation and acknowledgement. Anyway, rant over. I'm not a big Giants fan, as you can see, but I'll rephrase that. I'm now a big Giants political side of Giants. I'm now a big fan of that. Giants themselves, they do well, but the political side needs to start opening up and stop being pussies and thinking everybody's going to screw them over. If permission has been given, then I don't see a problem. Because permission had been given. Proof had been given to show that permission had been given. Anyway, until next time.